The 7 hardest spiritual tests only the chosen ones endure. Spiritual tests are often seen as rites of passage that help people develop resilience, wisdom, and self-awareness. These tests aren't designed to be easy. They're meant to push individuals to their limits so they can grow. Here are 7 of the hardest spiritual tests that only the chosen ones, or those on a unique path of spiritual growth, are said to endure. 1. The test of isolation. The test of isolation is a profound spiritual challenge that often feels like a complete detachment from others and the world. During this phase, you may feel deeply alone, disconnected, or misunderstood, even if you're physically surrounded by people. This isolation can appear in various forms. It could be a period where no one seems to truly understand you, or it might involve a literal seclusion, such as spending time away from loved ones, taking a retreat, or undergoing a period of solitude in life. What it feels like. Emotional loneliness. You might feel a profound sense of loneliness, as if no one around you can grasp what you're going through or truly connect with your inner world. Spiritual isolation. This often includes a feeling of spiritual dryness or a sense that the universe or divine presence is distant or silent, even if you've previously felt connected. Questioning. Many experience a questioning of their purpose, beliefs, or life direction. The isolation creates a space where doubt may emerge, challenging you to confront deep truths. Why it happens. The test of isolation is often seen as a divine invitation to turn inward, to discover strength and clarity that can only be found within. When external sources of validation and support are removed, individuals are forced to face themselves fully. This solitude encourages introspection and an encounter with the core of one's being. Purpose and growth. Self-reliance. This test teaches reliance on your own inner resources. You're encouraged to find peace, meaning, and resilience from within rather than depending on external sources. Deep reflection. Isolation removes distractions, giving you the space to reflect on your life, values, and true desires without interference from others. Connection to self. By enduring periods of isolation, you may develop a stronger connection to your inner self, gaining clarity about who you truly are and what you truly want. How to embrace the test of isolation. Practice self-compassion. Isolation can bring up difficult emotions. Treat yourself kindly and allow these emotions to surface without judgment. Use solitude constructively. Engage in activities that promote self-discovery, like journaling, meditating, or creative expression. Trust the process. Remember that isolation is temporary and part of a larger spiritual journey. Trust that you're in this space for a reason, and that clarity will come with time. Isolation can be one of the hardest spiritual tests because it often strips away the usual comforts and social support. However, those who endure it frequently emerge with a renewed sense of purpose, resilience, and an unshakable inner foundation. 2. The test of patience and timing. The test of patience and timing is a spiritual challenge that can feel like being stuck in a holding pattern where dreams, goals, and desires remain out of reach, no matter how much effort you put in. During this test, it may seem as if everything you want is delayed or that progress is agonizingly slow. You might feel blocked, as if your life is paused or even regressing, which can lead to frustration, doubt, and a desire to give up. What it feels like. Endless waiting. Whether it's a personal goal, relationship, career milestone, or spiritual breakthrough, you may feel as if you're endlessly waiting for things to finally happen. Lack of control. There's often a sense of powerlessness, as if despite your best efforts, you can't force events to move forward as you wish. Frustration and doubt. You may experience self-doubt and question if you're on the right path, whether the dream is worth pursuing, or even whether it will ever come to fruition. Why it happens. This test is often seen as a lesson in surrendering control and learning to trust a timing beyond our understanding. In a fast-paced world, patience and faith in timing are rare virtues. This test encourages individuals to stop relying solely on external outcomes and start cultivating internal peace, trust, and resilience, even amid delays. Purpose and growth. Trust in divine timing. By enduring waiting periods, you are encouraged to develop trust in a larger plan. It's about learning that everything unfolds at the right time, even if that timing is beyond your control or comprehension. Letting go of attachment to outcomes. This test helps you learn that inner fulfillment doesn't always depend on achieving goals immediately. You're invited to find contentment in the present, without basing happiness solely on future achievements. Inner resilience. By practicing patience, you develop resilience. Enduring this test strengthens your ability to remain centered and calm, regardless of external circumstances. How to embrace the test of patience and timing. Stay present. Focus on the present moment rather than fixating on the future. Meditation, mindfulness, or simply taking things one day at a time can help you develop patience. Reflect on what you're learning. Consider the growth happening now. Often, delays bring unexpected lessons, insights, or opportunities that prepare you for the future. Practice surrender. Acknowledge that some things are beyond your control. Letting go of the need to force things allows life to unfold naturally. The test of patience and timing is challenging because it often clashes with our natural desire for progress and control. Those who endure it usually come out with a deeper trust in the journey itself and the understanding that life's timing often has a purpose, even if it's unclear in the moment. 3. The test of loss. The test of loss is one of the most difficult spiritual challenges, involving the painful experience of losing someone or something important. Loss can take many forms, such as the death of a loved one, the end of a relationship, the loss of health, or a significant change in circumstances. This test can feel overwhelming, often leaving a person with a profound sense of emptiness and a struggle to find meaning in the face of the void that loss creates. What it feels like. Emotional pain. Loss often brings intense grief, sadness, and sometimes even anger. It can feel like your heart is broken, with waves of sorrow that seem endless. Sense of emptiness. Loss leaves a gap that can feel almost impossible to fill, leading to a feeling of disconnection or an absence of purpose. Fear and uncertainty. This test can make you question your path, sense of security, and belief in a fair and predictable world. There's often a fear of what the future holds without what was lost. Why it happens. The test of loss is often seen as a profound lesson in detachment, resilience, and acceptance. Spiritual traditions teach that life is impermanent and that attachment to people, things, or circumstances can create suffering. This test forces individuals to confront the reality of impermanence, challenging them to find stability and meaning beyond the material or relational. Purpose and growth. Learning detachment. Loss teaches us to hold things lightly, understanding that nothing is truly permanent. While this lesson is difficult, it helps foster a more profound appreciation for the present and the relationships we still have. Emotional and spiritual resilience. Facing loss often builds inner strength as individuals learn to cope with pain and continue forward, even when things seem unbearable. This resilience can deepen one's compassion and empathy for others who experience similar pain. Finding inner meaning. Loss prompts a search for meaning beyond the external. It often initiates a journey inward, where individuals may explore spiritual beliefs, personal values, and their true purpose. How to embrace the test of loss. Allow yourself to grieve. Give yourself permission to fully feel your emotions without judgment. Healing requires time, and grieving is a natural process. Seek support. Loss can be isolating, so reaching out to friends, family, or support groups can provide comfort. Speaking with others who have experienced similar loss may also bring perspective and solace. Focus on what remains. Loss can clarify what matters most. Use this time to reflect on the values, relationships, or passions that still exist and find new ways to honor what you've lost by creating meaning in the present. The test of loss is incredibly challenging because it often feels deeply personal and cuts to the core of our lives. However, those who endure it frequently emerge with a newfound strength, a deeper understanding of life's impermanence, and a renewed sense of purpose, guided by the wisdom that loss has imparted. 4. The test of betrayal and trust. The test of betrayal and trust is a deeply challenging spiritual test that involves the painful experience of being let down, deceived, or betrayed by someone close. This could be a friend, family member, romantic partner, or even a trusted mentor. Betrayal often strikes at the core of one's sense of security and self-worth, leaving emotional wounds that can be difficult to heal. This test forces individuals to grapple with issues of trust, forgiveness, and self-respect. What it feels like: emotional hurt and shock. Betrayal brings feelings of hurt, disappointment, and even shock, as it often comes from someone you thought you could depend on. Loss of trust. After betrayal, it can feel nearly impossible to trust others, making relationships difficult and leaving one feeling guarded or suspicious. Self-doubt. Many people question their own judgment, wondering if they missed warning signs or if there's something inherently wrong with them. This self-blame can lead to a diminished sense of self-worth. Why it happens. The test of betrayal and trust is often seen as an invitation to confront difficult emotions and develop resilience, discernment, and compassion. Betrayal forces individuals to evaluate relationships more honestly, distinguishing between healthy and unhealthy connections. This test also teaches that trust is both a gift and a responsibility, encouraging individuals to trust themselves above all else. Purpose and growth. Cultivating forgiveness. One of the most profound lessons from betrayal is learning to forgive, not just the person who hurt you, but also yourself. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting. Rather, it allows you to let go of resentment and find peace within. Strengthening discernment. This test helps sharpen your intuition and judgment. Learning to read people's intentions and actions more clearly can help you form more genuine connections in the future. Rebuilding trust. Betrayal offers the opportunity to rebuild trust, first in yourself, then in others. This test challenges you to create boundaries that protect your heart while still allowing you to connect with others. How to embrace the test of betrayal and trust. Allow yourself to heal. Healing from betrayal takes time, so be patient with yourself. Journaling, therapy, or meditation can be powerful tools for processing emotions. Practice self-compassion. It's easy to blame yourself after a betrayal, but remember that everyone makes mistakes in trust. Practice being gentle with yourself and honor your journey. Reevaluate relationships. Use this experience to assess the relationships in your life. Seek out people who genuinely support and respect you, and be mindful of relationships that feel one-sided or harmful. The test of betrayal and trust is painful because it requires facing hurt and vulnerability head-on. But those who overcome it often come away with a deeper sense of inner strength, clarity about their relationships, and the ability to trust themselves. This test can ultimately lead to more authentic connections and a heart resilient enough to open again without fear. 5. The test of self-doubt. The test of self-doubt is a profound spiritual challenge that involves confronting feelings of inadequacy, insecurity, and fear of failure. During this test, individuals often feel paralyzed by uncertainty, questioning their abilities, worthiness, and direction in life. Self-doubt can appear as a constant inner critic, casting shadows on one's aspirations, decisions, and even sense of identity. This test can be one of the most challenging because it strikes at the core of self-belief and can feel isolating and disheartening. What it feels like: overwhelming uncertainty. You may feel unsure about your path, choices, or purpose, leading to a sense of aimlessness. Fear of failure. There can be a strong fear of making mistakes, of not being good enough, or of facing rejection, which can hold you back from taking action. Inner criticism. Self-doubt often brings an unrelenting inner critic, a voice that questions every decision and diminishes your confidence, making even small challenges seem insurmountable. Why it happens. The test of self-doubt is often seen as a call to confront and transcend limiting beliefs and to cultivate a deeper, more resilient sense of self-worth. This test requires individuals to look inward, to find strength not in external achievements, but in an unshakable trust in themselves. Self-doubt teaches the importance of building self-acceptance and an inner foundation that doesn't rely on approval from others. Purpose and growth. Building inner confidence. Self-doubt challenges you to cultivate a sense of self-worth that comes from within rather than external accomplishments or validation. Strengthening self-acceptance. This test encourages you to accept all parts of yourself, including imperfections and mistakes. It's an invitation to embrace your humanity without harsh self-judgment. Clarifying purpose. Self-doubt can act as a refining force, helping you identify what truly matters to you and allowing you to align with your authentic goals, free from outside expectations. How to embrace the test of self-doubt. Practice self-compassion. When self-doubt arises, treat yourself with kindness. Speak to yourself as you would to a friend, focusing on encouragement rather than criticism. Take small steps. Self-doubt often feels overwhelming, but breaking tasks down into small, achievable steps can build confidence and remind you of your capabilities. Challenge limiting beliefs. Identify the limiting beliefs fueling your self-doubt. Write them down, question their truth, and replace them with empowering affirmations. The test of self-doubt is difficult because it requires confronting your own insecurities and fears, often without external reassurance. However, those who overcome this challenge gain a deep sense of self-assurance, inner peace, and the ability to move forward boldly on their path, despite uncertainty. Ultimately, this test builds a foundation of inner strength that becomes unbreakable with time and experience. 6. The test of rejection and social alienation. The test of rejection and social alienation is a spiritual challenge that involves experiencing a deep sense of being misunderstood, excluded, or rejected by others. This test can manifest as feeling isolated due to one's beliefs, lifestyle choices, or personal values. It often leads to a painful sense of being different or disconnected from the people around you, sometimes even including close friends or family. This test pushes individuals to find strength and authenticity despite the discomfort of not fitting in. What it feels like. Feeling like an outsider. You may feel as though you don't belong, that others don't understand you, or that you're fundamentally different from those around you. Loneliness and misunderstanding. Repeated instances of rejection or misunderstanding can lead to loneliness, with a sense that you're walking your path alone. Self-doubt and questioning. Rejection can lead to questioning your choices or values, sometimes making you feel as if you should conform to fit in or abandon parts of your true self. Why it happens. The test of rejection and social alienation serves as an opportunity to develop self-acceptance and resilience, encouraging individuals to stand confidently in their truth, even when others don't agree. This test often appears for those on a unique path, pushing them to cultivate self-love and independence, regardless of external approval. It's a call to embrace individuality fully and to find community with those who genuinely resonate with your values and perspectives. Purpose and growth. Embracing authenticity. This test encourages you to be true to yourself, to stand by your values and beliefs, even if it means standing alone. It helps you let go of the need to conform for acceptance. Building inner strength. Facing rejection and alienation builds resilience, teaching you to find strength within rather than seeking validation from others. This process deepens your connection with your inner values and self-worth. Finding your true community. Through this test, you may develop a clearer understanding of who genuinely supports and understands you. Often, this experience guides you toward others who share your values and respect your uniqueness. How to embrace the test of rejection and social alienation. Celebrate your uniqueness. Reflect on the qualities that make you different. Instead of seeing them as flaws or reasons for rejection, view them as strengths that set you apart and give you a unique perspective. Seek out like-minded people. Even if the majority around you don't understand your path, there are others who will. Explore communities or groups where you can connect with people who appreciate and respect your individuality. Find solace in solitude. Embrace alone time as an opportunity for self-reflection and growth. Solitude can become a powerful space for deepening your relationship with yourself. The test of rejection and social alienation is difficult because it challenges our natural human desire for belonging. However, those who pass through it often find an unshakable sense of self and a community of people who accept them as they truly are. This test ultimately empowers individuals to live authentically and teaches that true connection begins with being true to oneself. 7. The test of inner shadows. The test of inner shadows, often referred to as the dark night of the soul, is a profound spiritual challenge involving a deep journey into the darkest aspects of one's psyche. During this test, individuals face suppressed emotions, unresolved traumas, fears, and negative patterns they may have been avoiding. This can be one of the most intense and transformative spiritual tests, as it requires confronting and integrating parts of oneself that may feel uncomfortable or even frightening. What it feels like. Emotional intensity. This test often brings up feelings of anger, fear, sadness, or shame. Emotions that have been buried rise to the surface, creating a powerful inner storm. Facing past wounds, old wounds, traumas, or regrets may resurface, demanding healing and closure. This can feel like reliving painful memories or dealing with issues thought to be in the past. Identity crisis. Confronting inner shadows can lead to questioning your identity as you face parts of yourself that may contradict your self-image or idealized version of yourself. Why it happens. The test of inner shadows is meant to bring you into wholeness. Often, people unconsciously avoid difficult aspects of themselves, focusing only on the traits they view as positive. This test forces individuals to look at and accept their full self, including the parts they might have hidden or rejected. It's a journey towards self-acceptance and integration, teaching that one cannot reach true spiritual enlightenment without embracing the whole self. Purpose and growth. Self-acceptance. By facing your shadows, you learn to accept yourself fully, understanding that every aspect of you has value and purpose. Healing and transformation. This test offers the chance to heal old wounds and transform negative patterns that may have held you back. It's a powerful opportunity to break free from cycles of pain, fear, and limitation. Inner strength and resilience. Enduring this test develops an inner strength that can only come from facing and surviving your own inner darkness. It teaches you that you are capable of handling even the most intense challenges. How to embrace the test of inner shadows. Practice self-compassion. Facing inner shadows can be difficult, so approach yourself with kindness. Understand that everyone has a shadow side, and that embracing it is part of being human. Seek support if needed. Consider therapy, spiritual guidance, or support from loved ones who understand the journey. Having someone to share your experiences with can help you process and heal. Engage in reflective practices. Journaling, meditation, and introspective practices can help you work through emotions, recognize patterns, and gain insight into your shadow. Take time to observe and understand your feelings without judgment. The test of inner shadows is one of the hardest spiritual challenges because it involves embracing vulnerability and accepting yourself fully. Those who endure this test often come out with a renewed sense of wholeness, wisdom, and compassion for themselves and others. By integrating their shadow, they gain a deeper understanding of the human experience and a stronger, more resilient spirit that can face any challenge with grace. These spiritual tests are intense, but they can lead to profound growth and wisdom. Those who endure these challenges often come out with a clearer sense of purpose and a deeper connection to their spiritual selves.